Yo, what's up guys? So in this video, I interview Mina. Make sure you guys give this video a thumbs up and enjoy the content. Yo, what's up guys? So a very special guest here, Mina. What's up, man?
What's up, man? How's it going, RJ?
I'm doing good. Did I get that right?
Mina?
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, bro. So
Okay,
you're on point, bro. You're on point.
Okay,
That's how you
okay. I don't want to mess it up, man. You know what I mean?
No, you're good. You're good.
Yo, man. So let's start off with the story. Like where me and you met. We met at in San Diego, right? I seen that you were kind of hosting an event.
The founders, the San Diego founders meetup.
And I ended up talking to you, and I remember when we were just chilling. It was like a cigar bar, and
Cigar
we're
cave,
just yeah, there you go. And we're just chilling, we're talking, and next thing you know, like you were telling me your story, and I found it really interesting. Thought you're an interesting human being. So I was like, dude, we're having a good conversation. We're just hanging out. So, and now we're here. You know what I mean? We exchange information. I followed you on Facebook. I added you as a friend. I had to tell you, hey, you ain't better than me, man. I try to add you.
You slid in my DMs. I see. Liked you shot. Liked 5 photos on Instagram. Slid said, "Yo, what's up, man?" I said, "Oh, okay. I see how it is."
Nah, man. So, hey, so tell us a story. How'd you get started on selling on Amazon?
Cool. All right, man. I'll tell you the story, bro. I'll tell you the story. How much time we have? Like 30 minutes?
You go ahead. Knock it out. Whatever you have.
Cool. So basically I was born in Egypt, and then when I was 2, moved to Dubai, grew up there, grew up all right. I think around 10, 12 years old, my dad kind of lost his job. Things started going south pretty fast. Obviously compared to people struggling in like Africa and shit, like I had an incredible life, so I'm always grateful. But obviously as a kid, 10 years old, everyone around you, you see everyone's dad like driving nice cars, whatever. I don't have money to kind of even go watch movies and shit like that. It kind of sucked. So I said, listen, I got to get out of this. My goal was when I was 18, I was going to get the best grades in college, best grades in high school, go to a really good college, get a good engineering job, work my way up. So worked super hard in high school, took my AP tests, took my O-level tests, APs. I got 5s, and the A levels, the British stuff, I got like all A's, like 5 A's or 8 A's, some shit like that. Studied really hard. I got accepted into all the top schools. I was supposed to go to Canada, into University of Toronto. It was going to be the 3rd best chemical engineering program. That shit went south because I went to apply for my student visa. They said, okay, we think you're going to stay in the country and never come back. So they rejected it. And I was kind of desperate. I was like, damn, like I can't stay in this place anymore. I can't be like in this same, state where I'm at. So I got desperate. I reached out to a college in Connecticut that they had like come to my high school instead, and they said, yeah, we'll take you. We'll accept your transfer credits, all this stuff. I was like, cool. So went there, started my journey in Connecticut, got my bachelor's, graduated top of my class, bachelor's in chemical engineering and chemistry. I worked in, Medtronic, which is a surgical devices company, chemical safety company, project manager, mechanical companies and stuff like that, and kept working my way up the corporate ladder, got my master's in industrial engineering. So I was doing it right, doing it right. Like the Egyptian, like Middle Eastern, like dream, which is go to high school, get good grades, college, good grades, work up the corporate ladder. So I was at work, and this was my life. I was waking up at 4:30 in the morning. I was at the gym at 5:15. I was training till 6:15. 6:15 to 7 driving to work. 7 to 5 or 7 to 4 working. 4 to 4:45 get home, change, go to MMA. 5 to 6 teach the kids class. 6 to 9 train MMA. Come back home. I was like, dude, what is this life? Like, this is not like I'm blinking and the day is over and I'm just like a robot. Like it was 4:30 to 9:30 every single day, nonstop. It was it wasn't good. It wasn't a fun life. And so my boss then comes in, says, she brings me to her office. She's like, hey, do you see yourself in my seat in 10 years? And I looked at her, I said, yeah, of course. Yeah. I mean, yeah, like, even shorter than 10 years. Like I'm hungry. I want to get better. And she's like, okay, amazing. Like, we need to work on you to get you to this position. And I was like, dude, that's it. And she was like the top of the company. And I was like, I'm being groomed to take over. And I'm driving home. I'm like, dude, what is this life? I'm already up at 4:30, going home at 9:30. Imagine if I become the boss. What perks am I going to get? I'm going to have to work probably longer. Like,
Midnight.
I mean, I would probably have to show up to work earlier, so I have to wake up at like 4 and then leave work later. Probably not do the kids class anymore. So I was like, dude, this is not a life. I'm a slave. Like they tricked me. Like they trick you. Like you have become a slave now. Like, but instead of now you're chained up and you're in the house and all this stuff, you have to work and everything that everything that you want. You have to have a job, and then in that job they treat you like a slave, like they own you. And so that's why now I have employees, I treat them completely different. But anyways, so it was September 2018. I was on vacation in Egypt with my dad, and I'm looking up like some protein supplements online, and he's like, dude, why don't you like start? My dad's a massive thinker, bro. He's like, why don't you start this supplement app where you can bring all these different supplements from around the market? And I said, okay, and then what? And he's like, you know more about this stuff. So I was like, dude, I don't know anything about apps. And then he's like, okay, why don't you make your own protein? I said, that's actually not a bad idea, because anyways, I'm buying all of the, like I would buy like a beta alanine and caffeine and citrulline and arginine and mix all that shit up, and then I would get Mio water and squirt it in, and I would have my own like souped up like pre-workout, like junky stuff. You know how it is. So I was like, that's not a bad idea. Like, let me do some research. So I went home and I said, okay, what would I make? I was on keto at the time. I was a fighter, or am a fighter, but back then I was as well. And I was like, okay, I'm going to MMA. I'm sweating like crazy because of the keto diet. Your blood sugar is stable, so your body does not hold on as much as it can to the electrolytes, because your insulin is not like spiking every time you have a meal.
Yeah.
And so I was losing a lot of electrolytes. And if you guys don't know what that feels like, try and like have like a nice burger and fries one day, go to train, and then go a week like low sodium and then train. On the low sodium, you're going to feel so weak. When you eat that burger and fries, you're going to feel so strong. It's because there's a ton of like electrolytes in the burger and the fries, a lot of salt, a lot of sodium. And so, I said, I need electrolytes, and I looked online, I couldn't find anything. So I bought chicken broth, the powder. And I was literally dry scooping it and just to get like 1,000 milligrams of sodium every day. And I said, there's got to be a better way. And so that clicked. I was like, you know what? I could do this thing. I went online, did some, obviously my background helped, did some like studies, clinical research. Okay, sodium, potassium, magnesium. What else? Electrolytes are important. Okay, how do we get the electrolytes into the body? Well, sugar. It's either sugar or amino acids. I didn't want to do sugar. I'm on keto. So I said taurine, enhance your performance. Anyways, came up with this thing. I ordered all the stuff before I even got to back to America. By the time I was back to America, my girlfriend at the time, I sent everything to her. I said, listen, I'm sending you a big package. I sent her everything. I said, okay, how am I going to do this? Where am I going to put it? Containers. I made the stupid assumption to think that containers are more expensive than bags. And so I said, containers are going to be more expensive than bags. Let me do bags. So I got, bags off of Amazon. And I said, I'm just going to have my friend who's a graphic designer, pay her some money. She's going to design my label. So I paid her $275. She designed my label. I hit up my boy. I said, yo, how do you start a company? He said, go to LegalZoom.com and say, create LLC. So I went, I didn't know anything. Created an LLC, and I was like, okay, cool. Went home, mixed up the stuff. I said, okay, it was a lot, obviously you can't buy like small amounts. So bought like a bag of everything, mixed it up, and it made out like 6 bags. So I said, let me try it. I started taking it every day at the gym. I was like, I feel better. I was like, okay, I'm probably full of shit because, it's my supplement. So I'm probably lying to myself. So I said, okay, cool, no worries. Let me do this. I went to my boys, still remember like Justin, Eddie. I was like, yo guys, they're all fighters. I was like, hey guys, I just got this brand new supplement from a company. Like it's, dude, like amazing, like brand new. They said, have some people try it, but like don't mention anything. I said, just made a lie up to hype it up, and made sure that they didn't know it was my stuff. So they tried it. They're like, dude, this stuff is like really good. It's like our endurance is better. I'm training better. I don't feel as tired. I can feel it in my muscles. I said, wow, okay, I'm onto something. So did the proud post and on Facebook I said, officially the CEO of MMA Nutrition LLC, like, how like you get like all hyped up, you start your first business. So a guy comes in, Lewis, he's like, yo, he comments, he's like, I have an opportunity for you. And then I text him, I was like, yo, what's up? He's like, I have an MMA event November 2nd. This was October 10th that I posted this. He's like, I have an MMA event November 2nd. Get a banner, get some product, and show up. I'll get you the booth for free. Because he was like the marketing manager or whatever. I said, okay, cool, done. I order more stuff. I pay my roommate to help me mix it. We mix it in a bowl. We scoop it. I buy the big Gatorade like containers, not the Gatorade, but like, water cooler. I buy a water cooler, the one you find at like the NFL and stuff, to pour that stuff in. I get a bunch of like mini shot glasses. I show up to the event. I'm there, I'm talking, yeah, man, like this is like Gatorade, but better. It's like this product, but better. And I'm explaining my product. I took 40 with me. By the end of the night, 25 sold. 25 units, not bad. But everyone's like, yo, where can I find this stuff? And I said, like, the first thing that came to mind was I was going to say, like, go to the gym. And then I'm like, dude, that's a stupid response. They're in Rhode Island. My gym is in Connecticut. They're not going to drive to Connecticut to get a supplement. Don't be stupid. And then I'm like, on my website. But my website wasn't even set up for e-commerce because I didn't know shit about e-commerce. Didn't know what e-commerce even was. I didn't even know what the word meant. So I literally had a Squarespace website that had home, Hydrolyte, about us, and an email form, because it was easy. It was a template. And I was like, well, I was going to say, fill out the email form and what? Then how am I going to collect their payments? So in my mind, like 1,000 thoughts. And then the first thing I was like, it's going to be on Amazon soon. And this was because I was like, Mina, where do you buy all your supplements? You buy everything on Amazon. Like I don't, all of the supplements that I bought to make this supplement, I bought it on Amazon. So I was like, this is going to be on Amazon soon. And then I go home and I'm driving and like my boy's talking to me. He's like, yo, Mina, amazing, bro. Like, did you see how much people liked it? And to me, like, all I could think about was like, it's going to be on Amazon soon. It's going to be on Amazon. I'm like, dude, it doesn't matter. Like, even if I lied to like 50, 100 people, who cares, right? But in my mind, I'm like, dude, I told all these people it's going to be on Amazon soon. I got to figure this thing out. So I go home. I didn't sleep. Stayed up. How to sell products on Amazon. This, that. I looked at 1,000 videos, read 1,000 articles. Like, when you binge like a conspiracy, it was like the same thing. And so the conspiracy was getting on Amazon. And so the next day I was like, dude, fuck this. I pick up the phone, Amazon customer support. I call them. Hey, I want to sell my products on Amazon. Can you connect me with the right people? They're like, oh, this is customer service. You need to contact seller support. Here's their number. I was like, amazing. I got their number, called them. Hey, I want to sell my supplement on Amazon. Like, what do I got to do? They're like, oh, dude, we would love to have you as a partner on Amazon. What's your email? They sent me an email. Here's how to sign up for Amazon Seller Central account. Here's the different plans, individual, professional. And then they're like, I email back, okay, how do I sell supplements? They're like, okay, cool. You go here, you click this, apply to sell, send us an invoice and pictures of the product. Luckily, I had pictures of the product. Okay. For a barcode, I used the fake barcode from online. I got an invoice. I messaged a different manufacturing company. I said, yo, I need an invoice and a certificate of analysis for this product. I want to sell it on Amazon. And they just sent it to me. One guy just sent it to me. So I took that, went to Amazon. They're like, no, we need this changed. And I just Photoshop changed it, sent it 4 times, rejected, 5th time approved. And I was officially good to go on selling on Amazon. I was like, dude, I have no idea what to do now. Like, okay, I'm going to send my products to Amazon. So I'm like, okay, how to, sell more products on Amazon or how to make, your products sell faster or more on Amazon. And I started watching videos and I was like, okay, it looks like I need to do PPC. It looks like I need to build a listing. So what I did was, and this is a funny story, right? But I typed in like electrolyte powders and then I saw Genius Electrolytes and I click it up and then see this guy has like 1,000 products. He has so many different supplement products and his listings was good. This guy's he's my boy. I'm actually going in April to Puerto Rico to spend 10 days with him. But he sold his company for like 30, 40 million or something like that. But anyways, so I'm like, I'm going to rip this guy off. I buy his product and I literally rip his electrolyte everything, listing images, his website. I went on his website and I like formatted my website to look. I just ripped this guy completely off, all the statements, everything on his product. And now I had like a decent looking listing, right? And all I would do was I would go to a designer, and I made the stupid mistake of using Fiverr. Dude, Fiverr is so full of shitty ass people. Like it is not worth it. The amount of aggravation and time and money spent on Fiverr. Trust me, stop using Fiverr. Use a decent service, even if it's a little bit more expensive. Unless you're just trying to like do some sketchy shit and like get away with it. But if you're trying to build a business, don't rely on Fiverr. So anyways, I would send them like this guy's. I would say, yo, create an image just like that, but put my product in it, And so they literally just, I took everything, all of his stuff, made it. And, now my listing was up and running on Amazon. And, I got the idea that the only way that there's only two things that are really going to make a difference on Amazon. It's how much traffic you get to your listing from PPC and the number of reviews. So for like a week out, when I sent the box to Amazon, obviously it takes about a week for everything to get in stock. I hit up every single person in like the Northeast that I know, bro. Like it was maybe like 100 people. Hey, how's it going? I just launched a new supplement. I'm going to send you money, Venmo you the money. If I Venmo you the money, can you go buy it? And leave me a review after. I'll give you the product for free in exchange for a review. Product was $20. Did this with like, 50 people right off the bat. And I was getting review. Now, obviously people listening to this are a little bit more educated, so they know that it's against the terms of service, but I didn't have time to read the terms of service because you just approve the terms of service like anything we do. And I was like, I'm just gonna, how hard can it be? First, I had my roommate, Eddie, leave a review. It's still on my listing, unverified. He just went in and left a review. And then I noticed that when my boy Vinny, who bought the product, left a review, it said verified. So I was like, okay, when Vinny paid the money for the product, this is verified. Eddie never bought the product, so that's why it doesn't say verified. So it's like, I got to do this thing, right? And so I stumbled across search, find, buy, and incentivize reviews without even knowing that it was a thing. So started doing that, and I was like, okay, I got to go hard on PPC. Created an auto campaign, manual campaigns. Now I'm like the king of PPC, but I created a bunch of campaigns based on like shit that I watched on YouTube, and I was like, okay, let's get this thing moving. And I remember like 10 days later, I was in LA Fitness, just finished my swim, like finishing up like the jacuzzi or whatever before going to work. My knees were like a little bit messed up. So instead of lifting, I was swimming. And so I was looking at my Seller Central, and I was seeing like 10 sales a day. And then I would look at my advertising reports, and it was $100 a day. And I was making $10 a unit, $10 profit per unit. And my PPC was 100, so I was like breaking even completely. I was like, dude, I was like impressed. I was like, damn. I would look at like the orders, and it's like, Joanna from Kansas, Johnny from Oklahoma, and I was like, dude, this is crazy that these random people are buying my product. So then I'm like, let's take it a step further. I hit up my boy, who I always thought was a scammer because he was doing e-commerce stuff. And I thought that we were doing scamming because I thought e-commerce was a scam. I was under the impression that being an engineer was the only legitimate thing, engineer, doctor, lawyer, everything else was a scam. So, or like at least like being an entrepreneur was. And so I hit him up. I was like, dude, you're the only person I know that's in e-commerce or doing stuff online. Like, what do I do? And he's like, bro, listen, go download this course. It was Amazing Selling Machine at the time. Right? Do I recommend you do it right now? No, it's like $5,000 for a course. When you can get this stuff for free. But he's like, download this course. He sent me a link to like get it for free. And then he said, once you go over this course, here's my boy Steven Black. Join his group and then reach out to him. Say that you want a consultation call with him. So I go through the course, and I'm like, man, I wish that I went through this course before I launched, because I like made so many mistakes that they address in the course. So, to address that, obviously, I would recommend that before you start selling on Amazon, you take some sort of course. But there's, a shit ton of good information out there. I'll touch on that later. And then I hit up Steven Black, and I jumped in. I was like, I'm expecting some hacks, right? And he's like, okay. what are you doing for your listing? What are you doing for your reviews? And he gave me like all of the basic stuff that I know. He gave me like the hard truth, which is like, this is not an overnight thing, bro. You just got to keep working and working and working and working. And he gave me a bunch of resources, like No Limit Creatives, for example. He's like, your graphics look like shit. Go to nolimitcreatives.com. It's $400 a month. Spend the 400, do a shit ton of like graphics, and then you have graphics for a long time. And then you can like cancel the subscription.
Mm-hmm.
Now, No Limit Creatives, the owner right now now we're boys. Like his name is Jeff. He lives in Maryland. Dude, best investment I made in my business early on is because people started thinking that I was a legit company because my graphics were legit. And I think that speaks, if your videos are legit, your graphics are legit, people were going to think you're a legit company. And that's why my labels started looking a lot better and all that kind of stuff. So anyways, I got off the call. I'm like, okay, I guess, I got to do whatever it takes. So I'm working. A friend hits me up. She's like, hey, Mina, I heard you're doing some Amazon stuff. I have a friend. My sister works at this Amazon company. I'm like, she works at Amazon? Connect me. I hit her up. Turns out that she's working for a company that manages Amazon accounts for other brands and like Barbara Conrad's brands and stuff like that, like the Shark Tank. Yeah. And it's like doing 12 million a year in sales or something. So I hit her up. I'm like, please, I'll take you to dinner, do whatever you want. Like, let's talk. And then by then, like, I had made some like Amazon friends in the Facebook groups, and I was like, guys, I'm meeting with this person who's like super big. What do you want me to ask? So I have this long list of questions. I start asking her, and dude, like maybe got 3 out of the questions answered because she was working for a really big company, 9 to 5, and she didn't give a fuck. But what I did get from her, she said, there's this, every time like I would ask questions, she's like, you know what? This company would know. And it was, back then it was called CPC Strategy. Today it's called Tenuity. It's in San Diego, where you are. Very, very big marketing agency. She's like, they're having a conference. You should go. $300 early bird pricing. So I was like, okay, man. I just bite the bullet, $300, whatever. Like I need to get in on this. So I go, and then I spend 16 hours, right? Networking so aggressively. And when I say networking, what I mean is I had a list of questions, and I had a notebook, and I would go to one person, yo, what's up, man? What's your name? How's it go? What do you sell? And then I'm like, okay, tell me, how do I create my listing? How do I, like, literally, I was just sucking information out of people. And I would do it like, I would go to one guy, spend 5 minutes with him, go to another guy, 5 minutes. And literally 16 hours, I went to every single person, like employee that agency sent out to New York City. And I like would spend like 45 minutes with them. I basically got like 16 hours worth of consultations from the entire company plus everyone else that was there. And there was a big people out there, like they were managing like Under Armour's accounts, One Bar, Protein Bars accounts, like Pampers, like there's some really big players out there. And so it was a legit conference. It wasn't just like, one of those like conferences where everyone's hyping up their Amazon course or some shit. It was like for real. And so I went out of there, and I had this massive notebook, and I was like, all right, man. Like, and the one thing that stuck with me. So in my car right now, I still have that like lanyard from that conference, because the one thing that stuck with me is like every single time I talk to these people, I was like, man, there's not one single thing that separates them from me. Like, they're not smarter than me. They did not start from money. They don't have like some sort of edge or anything like that. They just like worked hard and put in the work, and over time, like they got there. And I said, I can do it. I'm probably smarter than them, And so it was the first time I came back. I was super energized, super full of energy. And I was like, for the first time in my life, I really believed in myself, and it was a crazy feeling. So this was like March 2019. I had started my business in November 22nd, 2018 was my first day on Amazon. October 10th is when I incorporated the company. So I was going home every single day saying, yo, by May 31st, 2019, I'm going to be making $5,000 a month on my Amazon business. I'm going to quit my job. And I kept saying, I was reading the book Think and Grow Rich, and they said, like, keep saying those goals out loud and put a date on it, and like your subconscious mind will take over. And I kept saying it and saying it and saying it. And then April 31st, I went to the gym that morning actually, and I was lifting with my friend who's a doctor, a periodontist. He owns his own office. I said, bro, if I give you a 2 weeks notice would you like let me stay the 2 weeks, or would you like be like fire me? Because I was trying to say, should I tell them like on May 14th, or just like tell them like right at May 30th, yo, I'm leaving tomorrow. And he's like, dude, if you tell me that you're gonna quit in 2 weeks, I will fire you on the spot. So I went to work that day, April 31st, and they handed me my pink slip and they fired me. And I was like, damn, like, dude, it's a crazy coincidence. I was just talking to my boy about this. And so I remember like driving home, I had already kind of like been pre-packing my stuff because I didn't want to leave a lot of stuff at the office. I remember, coming in, they're like, yo, Mina, where you at? I was at a job site, came back to the office. He's like, hey, here's your pink slip, and nothing personal. It's just business. And I was like, okay, no worries. And packed my stuff, left. And I was going home. I was like, dude, that's it. That's like, it happened. I mean, it was a month off. It happened. But I show up, I go back home. I'm living still with my two roommates. We're all like MMA fighters. And they're like, yo, Mina, what's going on? I'm like, dude, they just let me go. And they're like, what? That's crazy. Like, what are you going to do? I'm like, what am I going to do, dude? Like, I'm making enough money right now. So I was making $4,000 a month profit on Amazon. I was like it happened. And so, like I said, okay, it's April 31st. Like, I need to have a game plan. So the first thing that came to mind is I can't be making 4,000 and my bills are like 3,500 a month. Yeah. So I need to figure something out. I said, I have an amazing idea. Ever since I came to America, I've been struggling to see my parents, right? Because in college, like I was doing like summer courses and all this kind of stuff. So, or internships. So I was maybe seeing them a month a year, maybe 6 weeks a year. My first job, I saw them 2 weeks, a second job, I saw them 3 weeks. So it's like, this is the perfect time to go and catch up and like spend some time with my family and all of the stuff that I missed out on, all of the holidays, the events, the Easter, Christmas, all that kind of stuff. Obviously, I didn't attend Easter or Christmas, but it was summer. So it was 4 months. So I said, okay, from June to like end of October, I'm going to go to Egypt. Yeah. But I got to figure out where I got to move out of this shithole state, Connecticut. Yeah. So I flew out. I went to Vegas, Miami, LA, and I landed in LA, and immediately I knew like LA was the move. But anyways, went to Egypt for 4 months. My bills were reduced to $500 a month. And then from there, I was able to reinvest everything into the business. So, October 31st came around, flew back to America, packed everything into one car, shipped it to California, and then spent like 4 weeks like couch surfing, Colorado, Arizona, whatever, to see my friends. Finally ended up in California. And by that, I had saved a lot of money because I wasn't paying rent or anything. And I was making, a good $10,000 a month in profit per month. So I was like, okay, I'm solid. Like I can survive here. I got this little room. Like this wasn't my house when I came here. I was too afraid. I thought California was super expensive. It's actually nothing crazy. But yeah. I got a little room in Venice, $1,000 a month. And I was like, okay, man, everything is good. And, started surrounding myself with the right people, started the Amazon seller meetup and, started getting more and more active and, fast forward to today.
Yeah, dude, that's crazy because it's just, there's so much that you hit on right there. And I know you're on a roll, man, so I couldn't interrupt you.
It's all good, man. It's all good. Any questions, I'm happy to answer.
I knew that you're on a roll. So I think that's really interesting, man, because you said that there was a question that I want to get to later on, but you said something about, well, let's get to it right now. So break even, like you said, you spent $100 and then you got 10 orders and then $10 per product was sold. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. $10 per product, you're making profit. So it was $100. So what's break even to you? Like, what's that mean to you?
Okay. So
is that a win? Is that a win or is that?
Yeah. I mean, for me, when I'm launching, that's a win to me, right? So even now, I actually just realized this is a good thing to touch on. I just launched a product like a couple months ago. And for the first portion, I was profitable, right? So it was actually bringing me like $50 to $70 of profit every single day. Every single day. And I was like, okay, that's good. But I was looking at it and I was like, man, it's not doing as good as my first product. Like, what's the deal? And I was talking to a few people, Rob included, and he's like, bro, you got to go balls to the wall in your launch. What are you talking about? He's like, you probably mistakenly went balls to the wall on your OG. That's why it's doing so good right now. The first product, so which is the Hydrolyte unflavored. He's like, so you should do that. And I'm like, dude, you're so right. And so I cranked up the PPC, cranked up everything, and went balls to the wall with this product, and basically just wanted to break even. So basically, whatever money that I spent on PPC, if it generated enough sales that the profits covered that PPC, or even I lost a little bit, like $10 a day, I'm good. Like, I'm cool. It's a launch. And so I just needed, to get those units up. So the Amazon algorithm is like, yeah, this product is in demand. And a lot of people are going to see your product. A lot of people are going to click on it. Not a lot of people are going to buy it. And that's cool, because eventually over time, once you have reviews and everything, you start lowering the PPC and the bids, and you become a little bit more and more profitable. So for me, break even basically meant if you took my product sale price, subtracted the Amazon fees, subtracted the cost of goods sold, you're going to get right around $10. Now, if I spend $10 or if I spend $10 in PPC to buy one product or to sell one product to a customer, then that's breaking even. I didn't make any money. I didn't lose any money. And I'm good with that in the launch phase. So 30, 60 days, I'm good with that. It's an investment. It's whatever, $5,000 that I'm going to put down. Yeah. First 30 days, first 60 days, you're not going to see anything back. But by then you're at 20, 25 units, maybe even 15, 20 units. Now I start optimizing things and making it a little bit more profitable. And now the money's actually coming in, instead of selling 5 units a day and being profitable off 5 units a day,
Yeah, no, for sure. And also, guys, if you guys are watching this, make sure you guys give this video a thumbs up. Mina, your energy, this is exactly how he is in real life too. I mean, we're talking, right? And we're going back and forth. And I was like listening to your story, and you're listening to me, and we're just having a good time, man.
Yeah, you have a great story too. We're gonna touch on that on my podcast.
Yeah. And then that's where I'm gonna go on to his podcast. So how important, okay, we're kind of doing the questions a little bit backwards. I'm kind of mixing them in, because how important is it to know your acos?
Okay, incredibly important, right? Because first of all, let's describe what acos is and what total acos is, because a lot of people don't understand. So your acos is basically how it's the PPC spend divided by your PPC sales. So if you spent $100 in ads and those ads made you $100 back, that's 100% acos. Okay, so if you spent $100 and you got $200 in sales, that's 50% acos, because you spent 100, got 200 back. Half of your sales went towards advertising. So initially, it's important to understand, okay, first of all, how much can you spend? What is your break even? So what is your sale price minus your Amazon fees, minus your cost of goods landed to Amazon? What's that number? And it should be a percentage. It's going to be, okay, your profit is, let's say $10 and you're selling it for 20, that's 50%. So your acos, you're okay with it being, 50%, because if you're spending 50% of the sales that you're making, you're basically not making any money. So that's the first thing. Now, the more important number is total acos. So many people think that your acos and campaign manager is accurate. It's very, very inaccurate. And I've tried to this is what I recently just did this experiment. I told my PPC employee, I said, listen, all of the keywords that my product is ranked in the top 4 positions. So I'm already on the top 4 positions organically. Lower the PPC for, significantly. Let's see what happens. Let's see if I'm going to save a lot of money. I do that, and my sales went from 60 units a day for that product down to 27, 25, 27 units a day for that product. And these are keywords that I'm ranked organically. And so, I mean, dude, what more do you need? Before, same thing. I think I was running out of stock, and I was doing 10 units a day, and I wanted to bring it down to 5. So I said, okay, I'm doing 10 units a day or whatever. 5 are organic and 5 are PPC. Let me just pause my PPC. I paused my PPC. I should have been getting that 5 organic. It went down to 1 a day. So it's just enough experimentation and data to tell you that when you lower your PPC, all of your sales are going to go down, which now then tells me, okay, well, I can't just say, let's look at the campaign manager acos, because campaign manager acos does what? It says takes your PPC spend and the PPC sales that campaign manager is attributing to that spend. But now that you know that the PPC spend is contributing to all of your sales, the real number is you take your PPC spend divided by all of your sales, PPC and organic. And so once you do that, if you're spending $100, advertising a day, and you're making $1,000 in sales a day, your actual PPC is 10. Now that's the true measure of how much of your profit margin is Amazon taking for advertising. So if your profit margin, let's say it's 30%, and Amazon and the total ACOS is 10%, you're left with 20% as a profit margin overall, in your business. And so that's kind of the way that I look at it.
Interesting, because it's like, that the tracking, it sucks, right?
It's horrible. And it's not even that it sucks, it's 7 days delayed. So there's sometimes where I've taken a screenshot of the last 7 days, waited 7 days, took a screenshot of those same 7 day period, and the numbers are completely different.
Interesting.
Yeah. No. So it's like, it tells you like Amazon's data attribution is so delayed.
Mm-hmm. They're getting better, though. They're getting better.
Of course, yeah. I think they're going to be closer and closer to Google AdWords eventually. I think that's the model that they're following, but it's taking time, man. They're like a giant.
Yeah, no, for sure. So now, how do you get your product to rank to the front page?
Okay. Getting to rank to the front page, well, first of all, don't obsess over being on the top of the first page. A lot of people go past the first page. And sometimes when your advertising is showing up on the first page, a lot of people are clicking with very low intent to buy. And maybe when you show up on the second page, there's a lot of people clicking and then have a lot higher intent to buy because they actually took the time to go down. So show up on the first page for a keyword, because it's dependent on every keyword. You can't show up on the first page of everything. You show up on the first page of a certain keyword. So if I wanted to show up on the first page of electrolyte powder, you need to show Amazon that there's a lot of people who are typing the keyword electrolyte powder and then are interested in your product and clicking on buying it, because that tells Amazon that, hey, people want this product. Also, when people search electrolyte powder and they find your product, it depends on what your conversion rate is for that keyword. So they're seeing 10 competitors and there's 1,000 people a day. Are you converting high? And you can now see that in brand analytics. You can see the top 3 positions for each keyword, and you can see how well they're converting for that keyword. But Amazon is big, and again, I don't work for Amazon. I'm basically telling you from everything that I know. You don't have to take my word for it, because no one really knows what's going on behind the Amazon's algorithm, right? Or else, they're the Amazon developer. But yeah, it's basically what I've seen is if people are searching that keyword, finding your product and buying it, and that's where Isabella comes in, right? Her entire business, Rank Bell, is based on that. Is based on bringing buyers to search a keyword, scroll down, click on your product, and buy it. And then that tells Amazon, people are interested. People who search electrolyte powder are interested in Mina's product. But then again, when people search electrolyte powder, if a big majority of them are converting on your product, that also tells Amazon that you're very relevant.
Mm-hmm. So, hey, you said a developer. We need to find a friend. Is that what you just said? We need to go find a friend.
We need to pay someone off. We need to pay someone off.
No, I think that's really cool, because you're talking about that. A lot of people don't understand how algorithms work, and we don't know.
No one knows.
No one knows.
I mean, the team is probably 100 developers, and not any one of them knows shit.
But the only reason that we have some kind of idea of it is because we test, we actually do it, and then put the work in. And then after testing for how many years have you been testing, or weeks and hours?
Everything. Yeah. I never take anyone's word for it. Anything I tell you here, test it. Because it might work for me and then it might not work for you. So whatever anything you hear, just take action, test it, and you'll actually know for a fact. So many people that are overthinkers. They sit there and they're like, well, actually, if I do this and I tweak this, then technically this. I'm like, dude, shut up. Okay, I already did it, and I already have the answer for my product. So goodbye. Yeah, stay thinking forever.
No, but also too, adding to that, you just said it. You just, dude, it might be right. What you just said might be right, but you don't know for yourself unless you test it yourself. Everyone's different. It might not work for you, like you said, but then if you do it and it works, boom, good job, you did it, you know. And a lot of people don't. I think that testing, that's where the motivation comes in, because you actually did the work instead of talking about it. You actually did the work, and now you're motivated to learn more and do more.
Exactly.
Right? So
100%.
Now, someone barely starting new on Amazon, because at the end of the day, we're all selling on Amazon, and that's how we come together. You know, what kind of advice can you give someone learning to like sell on Amazon?
Cool. Yeah. So definitely a few pieces of advice. Don't think that any one of us doesn't fail. Like I literally every single day fail more and more. I fail at different things. Okay. All the time. Just you have to understand the people who are at the top, the people who are the most successful, like truly most successful, not the people that are showing you screenshots of them most successful, the actually most successful people that I've talked to that showed me their businesses and you know, they're in stores and shelves and all that kind of stuff. These people have failed so much and have like built so much resilience and tolerance to failure. And that's why they are where they are. They're every single day that they're learning, every single day they're getting better and better. Every single day they are, you know, failing at new things, learning the lesson and implementing new things. So that's number one. Don't be afraid of failure. And I know I'm going to touch on some mindset. If you want me to touch on some hacks, I'll touch on some hacks too, because I know people just want the quick shortcut. But a lot of it is mindset. The second thing is, you know, holding yourself accountable, understanding that if your product is not successful on Amazon, it's not because of Amazon or because of keywords or like all of this. It's just because of you, because you're responsible for everything. And so the sooner you hold yourself accountable for every single thing in your life, the game will change. Because if I'm like, dude, you know, this guy missed the meeting, you know, let's say me and RJ had a meeting and then he missed the meeting. And I'm like, dude, this guy sucks. Like he missed this meeting and I lost this time. No. Actually, I messed up because I should have reminded him. I should have had a foolproof method of reminding this. And so you see how I switched it from blaming RJ to blaming myself. And once I did that, now no one, not RJ, not anyone else is ever going to miss a meeting. And so when you take that accountability route, when you're like, okay, this didn't work out. How was it my fault? How can I improve that? You'll start evolving very, very quickly. Do not skimp out on certain things. Don't go with the Fiverr route. Do not go with the whole, let me find the cheapest, most affordable thing. You might pay $50 instead of $200, but I guarantee you that money that you spend on the $50, you're going to spend more trying to fix it, you know, in the future. And you know, you're going to spend time and energy that you would have saved if you just went with a good resource. And I know everyone has a budget, right? You might have $100 to spend on this, or you might have $1,000. Everyone has a budget. Whatever your budget is, the problem is people are not doing their due diligence. They're not saying, this is exactly what I want. This is how I want it to look. This is my, expectations, deliverables, scope of work, timeline. How do I measure success? You know, the key performance indicators, laying that all out, and then doing a full vetting process, vetting 10 different, people, having everyone present, hey, this is my proposal. I can do this work. This is my portfolio, whatever. And then from there, you kind of make the decision of the best one based on criteria that you set for yourself. How well is this person communicating? Are they familiar with Amazon? How much experience do they have? How good is their graphics? Do they have references? Things like that. So take the time to, when you hire, not employees, but like when you hire contractors, freelancers to do work for you, to do your due diligence. Because if you do it good, not right, there's no such thing as doing it right the first time. But if you do it well the first time, it'll save you a lot of heartache. And if you say, okay, you know what, I'm gonna keep my budget open. Like let's say I want to do $50, but I'm open to 200 if it's worth it. Do the due diligence from 50 to 200, and you might find you're like, okay, I can get like okay stuff at 50. I can get really premium stuff at 200. Let me just bite the bullet, do the 200. I know it's gonna hurt your budget a little bit, but in the long run, it's gonna save you so much more. And always think about it as, how fast is that money gonna come back to me? So if I invest $250 getting my listing images done so that they look really good, and it takes my conversion rate, from 10% to 15%. Okay, that would mean if you get 100 clicks a day, 100 clicks a day, and it's 10% conversion versus 15%, you're getting 5 more sales a day. Now, 5 more sales a day, let's say you're doing $10 in profit, that's $50. Let's say you're doing $5, that's $25 in profit. It'll take you, 8 days to make your money back, or 10 days to make your money back on that 250, 10 days to make your money back. That's come on, like, you know what I'm saying? It's a no-brainer. And then after those 10 days, you're making profit forever because you just increased your conversion by 15%. So many people are like, let me do it for 50 instead of let me do it for like 500. But I'm like, dude, if your money is gonna come back to you in less than 60 days, it's a no-brainer. So those are the pieces of advice I have for Amazon sellers. Don't quit if your first product doesn't work. Keep going, because it's not about the product, it's about you. There's very, very few companies that I've seen, like maybe Red Bull, Pepsi, that have had the same product throughout the years. But most companies, you look around you, everything is evolving. Even iPhones. The iPhone, when it first launched, I mean, it doesn't sell now. It's a piece of shit. There's always evolving. Yeah. So it's more about you and how you run your business than it's about the product.
Yeah. Interesting. No, because you're saying, touching back on that conversion rate, literally that will help you rank even more, right? Because you're selling 5 more. Literally, you'll start making more money long term just because of those 5.
Yeah, you get your money back. You get your money back in 10 days. After that, boom. That's how long you're going to sell this product. Let's say 90 days. That's 90 times the 25 that we talked about. Calculate that. All
right. So, next question. What is the best? It doesn't matter what platform it is. What's the best opportunity to sell online right now? What platform is it?
Amazon, hands down, Amazon, because Amazon, this is the best thing, right? Amazon, it's like everyone is going on it. Everyone buys their stuff from Amazon. Everyone trusts Amazon. So if you're looking for a blue ocean strategy, it should not be your first. I think it should be your second thing. Get on Amazon, get in the game, start selling. There's so much traffic on Amazon that I keep launching more electrolyte products. Dude, it's the same. It's electrolyte products, but I'm changing different things and people are buying it. So no matter who you are, if you launch a product, you will be able to sell, but here's the thing. Here's the catch. As long as you're solving a problem, as long as you're creating a solution to a problem that's better than everyone else's solution that people are asking for, then there's no reason that it's not going to sell. You're going to sell on Amazon. And then from there, you can start. I think the second best opportunity is Walmart, because if you look at Walmart's, when they release their, P&Ls and everything like that, they're investing billions with a B into their online and e-commerce platform. How much billion do you think it's going to take for them to at least have a decent platform that people can really, sell on, that's going to be a competitor to Amazon? And if you think about it, because of coronavirus, retail is starting to die. I went to Best Buy the other day, dude. I wanted to buy a keyboard and a mouse, like a portable one. And they said, unfortunately, you have to go to online to buy that. I'm like, what's the point of even having the store? I wasted my time driving, coming to the store. So you tell me buy it online, So I think unless it's like shirts or something where you have to look and see. I mean, even Gymshark, bro. I didn't know how it's gonna fit, but because now we have this whole culture of I'll buy it, and if it's not good, I'll return it. Everyone is going to online. So start online. Everything is going to be online. Amazon's not going to be the king they could be the king forever, but they're not going to be the only big player in there. Walmart's catching up soon, but really get familiar with Amazon. If you get going on Amazon and you're good and you get it, Walmart's going to be a breeze. And that's my answer to that.
It's crazy because Walmart's working with these delivery companies like Instacart. You order something and then you'll get it within 6 hours, 5 hours, and someone deliver it to your front door. And I think that's amazing. What I mean? They seen that opportunity to work with them and they did it, and they're taking advantage of it. Now they're actually having faster shipping times, if not the same day shipping times as Amazon.
Exactly. And they're evolving very, very quickly, and they have the infrastructure because they have stores. They have thousands of stores in the States. So there's got to be one Walmart store in your city near you, a 10-15 minute drive from you max.
No, and I think that's cool because they kind of took them a little bit to figure that out, but the opportunity was always there because they created it for themselves. Yeah, and that's another thing too, right? There's always an opportunity as you're doing this type of stuff. Just because you're failing and losing at one thing, you literally just opened up one door. You don't even know it yet, right?
Exactly. Yep. Exactly. And that's the only way you're going to open new doors, right? Is to Try the shit.
Yep. No, for sure. I mean, where can people follow you?
People can follow. Okay. So follow me, or add me on Facebook, Mina Elias. On Instagram, I'm at Egyptian_prescription_Elias. If you're a foodie, I just created a new TikTok where I'm reviewing restaurants in LA.
Let's
called
go.
Mina the Foodie. Yeah. So I'm really hyped about that, man. It's been a passion for a long time. Like it's nothing crazy, right? I'm just showing up to the reviews, showing up to the restaurants, saying the name, ordering the food, some food porn action, and then giving a price and review. This is $5, and I'll give it like a 7 out of 10. So 60 seconds, man, straight to the point. But I'm going to restaurants all the time, anyways. So might as well.
I like literally I've been following somebody in San Diego on YouTube, and he's an Asian guy, and he's like reviewing pizzas and stuff like that and different types of food. And I enjoy watching that. And I was like, dude, thinking about it, I was like, maybe I should start doing something like this.
Dude, do it.
Good people, like good food, good people. Like, come on, man. You never go wrong with that. Yeah.
Yeah. And you can do however you want. Like I wanted to start short form, like low maintenance. So I did the TikToks because it's 60 seconds, and it really, all it takes is 5 more minutes on top of what I'm already doing. So I'm already going to the restaurant. It's just 5 more minutes. Like I just think about what I'm going to say, and the editing is super simple and like done,
Right.
So like it's pretty good. But anyways, one big project. So I want everyone who's listening, there's a group I'm in. It's called the Brax FBA group. There is like a really big opportunity there. I'm launching a product called Neuro. It's a nootropic coffee alternative, and I'm showing everything start to finish. It's me and the owner of the group, Samer. I'm showing like getting the powders, mixing the powders at home, everything, because I want to prove to the world like you guys can do this, and show you every single step of the way. Also, for the excuse makers, I'm launching it on Kickstarter to show you that you don't need money to make money, because it's a bunch of bullshit. You just need to add value to people's lives. So documenting the entire thing. On top of that, we got sponsors for the series like Gatida, Thrasio, Ping Pong Payments, Incrementum, Cellarize, like those guys. They're giving us money so that we can bring I'm finding like, let's say the best consultant, the best email marketing consultant. I'm saying, hey, I'll pay you $200, $300. Come on the YouTube channel. Give us a rundown, like give us a consultation about our Neuro live. Like how do I set up the landing page? How do I set up like a lead form, a lead gen form? How do I connect it to like whatever, Klaviyo? Like why should I use Klaviyo? Okay, what do I do in the back end? How do I create a campaign and series? Basically having them show us, and maybe it might be like, yo, this is the general strategy. Here's a bunch of videos, watch it. And so we're using that money to add as much value as possible to the people. And it's going to be a crazy adventure. The product might pass, might fail. No one knows, but it's a good alternative to coffee, gives you a lot of energy. I'm making it because it's solving a problem. I love coffee, but I think it's very addicting. So I don't want to do a lot of it. I know it's going to burn like my adrenals and stuff. A lot of people, my partner, Samer, messes up his sleep, gives him jitters and stuff like that. So we said, let's create something that's a better, more natural alternative. Add some MCTs in there for like that long sustained energy, like bulletproof type stuff. Add adaptogens like ashwagandha and maca to like lower stress and cortisol, and just make something like really good and put it out, and then show everyone how we're doing it. And literally, like, you can see everything. Like, I screen record how I buy my barcodes. I screen record everything, and if it fails, it fails, and you get to see it. But so that's like the drama element. That's the LA Minas is coming out.
That's dope, man. That's like, it's a TV show, right? It's like in a way, if you put it all, you put it up.
I wanted it to be like that, but COVID like kind of messed that up. So it's gonna be an online show now.
Yeah, that's awesome. I think I really appreciate that. So that's everything right there. All those links I'll put down below in the description. So I'll actually follow you right after this on TikTok. I got my little stationary phone right here with my little clip on, so I'll follow you right there on TikTok. And
let me know how the videos are, man, because I'm trying to get better.
No, I'm big on that type of stuff because I enjoy kind of see how people will engage with a certain video. So yeah, guys, hopefully you guys enjoy this video. Make sure you guys give this video a thumbs up. Like I said, if you guys get any value out of this, and check out my next video up here.